Welcome everyone. In this video we're going to talk about Rule 765. Fear is inversely proportional to returns. We're going to look through the market and I'm going to give you some pointers and tips on how to deal with fear, how to create strategies, and overall how to use the market knowledge to create profitability. I'm going to go through the Solana trade, which actually made us $2,000 profit from the service levels, to give you an understanding of how you can buy on the deep red because it is so profitable to do. I'm also going to take you through the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts in terms of intercorrelation and interdependence. Let's run the numbers. In this video, we're going to talk about Rule 765. Fear is inversely proportional to returns. The first question you might have, what does inversely proportional mean? It simply means one quantity goes down when another comes up. That's it. What's directly proportional mean? They both come up together. That's it. So when fear is high, returns are low. And you probably figured out the other rule already. Knowledge is directly proportional to returns. And it's also the capability and ability to act. When you have higher and higher levels of knowledge, your returns will grow. But that comes with a lot of other things. In this video, we're just going to talk about fear. When people look at markets and they see the prices coming down, the percents coming down, what do they typically do? They panic and sell. This actions, Rule 765, fear is inversely proportional to returns. Instead of running away from financial markets when the prices go down, we actually say to ourselves, wow, fantastic, this thing's on sale. Please let me know in the comments, do you think about negative price action as things going on sale, or do you think negative price action, I need to get the heck out of here? Price is always moving in a wave. It's always coming up and down. You can see the wave-based function of price right here in the last 24 hours. You can also see it across the past 7 days and the past 30 days. Price moves in a wave. Even in an uptrend, it can come down. The institutions drive price down so that retail will sell. And this is a very unfortunate thing because they drive price up so retail will buy, then drive price down so retail will sell. This is called what I call the death of 1,000 cuts. Instead, you want to align yourself with the institutions. Buy when the price is coming down, but do so with knowledge, and sell when the price is going up. This is a very different way to look at financial markets, but it's a powerful way. Rule 4 is that price is always moving in waves. It's always coming up and down. You can't get just freaked out when price comes down because that's normal. And you can't get too excited when price goes up because that's normal as well. Always remember Rule 621, buy on red, sell on green. When you're buying on red, you're putting yourself on the right side of the percentage. And when you sell on green, you're putting yourself on the right side of the percentage as well. You want to have both an investing and a trading account. It is the way to go inside a bull market. One thing to remember, markets penalize fear and reward courage. As prices are coming up, you don't need much courage at all. It's a fantastic thing to experience. But when prices retrace, that's when you need courage. And if you don't have courage, the markets will penalize your fear. In the past 24 hours, we've seen $450 million worth of liquidations. And who have been hit? Which side? Well, both sides have been hit, but the longs have been disproportionately hit. They've suffered $340 million worth of losses. Or better said, liquidations. You can see over the past hour, all the longs are getting liquidated. This is pushing the price down. What about the past 4 hours? Yeah, pretty much all the longs. Past 12 hours? Yes, the longs. Past 24 hours, we've got some coming up. The Solana ecosystem did relatively well across the past 24 hours. When we look at Bitcoin, we can see at the time of this recording, it was trading at 70,821. This realistically doesn't help us much because we need to know where the CTKS structure truly resides. We can see some really interesting things here. There's a solid line of structure around this 71,800 mark, and note this particular level of structure just below 73,500. What happened here? It came up to the 73,500, rejected down to the 71,800. Tried it again, rejected. Looked like it was getting through, but failed. And what we know from structure, if it can't get above and consolidate and push higher, it's going down to the one below. And this happens all the time. We can see the structural difference here. At 71,800 last time, we had a long tail wick, which meant there were a lot of buyers in that area, and they pushed it back up. But this 73,500 is creating a headache for Bitcoin at the current time. If you've been doing the cheat sheet, you already know that the US2, the US10, the DXY have been placing a lot of pressure and stress and negative momentum on the major markets, and they're pulling them down. Retracements aren't a bad thing, and when we look at sector performance in the main markets, we can see that all sectors were down 0.29%. But some of the sectors were hit fairly badly. Only literally energy and communication services came up. The rest of the sectors were negative. This is yield related. Rule 765 is incredibly powerful. If you're feeling fear, it means that you need to gather more knowledge and experience. Fear and its dirty cousin, greed. They will ruin your life. Instead, you need to kick those both to the curb and replace fear with knowledge. Knowledge creates courage. If you have the fear of just sitting on the sidelines, that is a fear that you must overcome. Now, how do you overcome that? In yesterday's video, Rundle Ridge had a really beautiful comment. Rundle Ridge said, "I will minimize my risk and maintain my synchronization by starting small and scaling." This is a very important key. The way to overcome fear is to start small and scale with my CTKS code done each day. As I mentioned yesterday, when it comes to doing your risk management, it's really important. I said that you have to maintain 3 simultaneous strategies: a down strategy, a neutral strategy, and an up strategy. Start with the down strategy first. That means that you will look to lower levels of structure, a lower level of CTKS structure, especially the confluences, to place orders there. So as you come down, you can obey institutional structure and get a good rebound and get on the right side of the percentage. A lot of people just expect up only. This is a big mistake because we know that's not the practicality of anything. Price is always moving in a wave. Even in an uptrend, it comes down. And in a bull market, it can come down 30-40% plus. You have to have the knowledge to overcome the fear of retracements. We need to effectively look at the 2 tier 1 charts as they respond to crypto. Total crypto market capitalization is currently at $2.605 trillion. Let's pop on the structural indicator to see where the structure is inside total crypto market cap. It's not surprising that we can see a very similar pattern developing inside total crypto market cap. It tried to get above this $2.685 trillion mark, but failed. It didn't follow through. It broke down, and it just broke down through this lower level of secondary resistance. And you can see that it's come down into all of this structural support. This is why it's bounced so incredibly at this time. It did that before. Do you think we're witnessing a comeback of price throughout the crypto market, or do you think we'll continue to decay down? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a quick look at Ethereum, and specifically I want to point out what is happening with the normalized positive price path. We can see that Ethereum did a lot of rallying, but where has it come back to? You note that it hasn't followed through. This is because prices tend to normalize throughout the month. There were very few people who thought when we're up here around that $4,100 mark that we could come down to 38.38. The normalized price path gives you some insight into what can happen to Ethereum's price action throughout the entire month. That's available inside the service. Many thanks to Sanjeev for his very kind comment in yesterday's video. To anyone not in the service, it's an absolute goldmine. I encourage a 1-month test run and looking at the video for this month. Ken, being a numbers guy and an inventor, makes the CTKS method the best on the planet. The kicker is he's the best professor I've ever had. Thank you, my friend, and thank you to everybody who's been commenting and watching. Just awesome. If you've been doing the cheat sheet and looking at your Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts, you'll realize that this push up in the DXY is responsible for the market's weakening. But we absolutely anticipate this because the normalized negative price path, even though there was a strong variation, these normalized price paths are very powerful. And we discuss each normalized price path inside the service. We know that the more fear that you have, the less your returns will be. Knowledge is the fastest way to overcome fear. And for March, already the positive price targets have been met on Litecoin, BNB, XRP, and Solana yesterday. We had 2 hits on BNB as far as the positive price targets being hit, and Solana was hit in the past 24 hours. That's taken the monthly profit to $55.80 US. As I'm coming in from Australia, that's $8,370 Australian. Not bad for the past 13 days. And this profit has been banked, and I'm buying on the retracements. Having a look at Solana, you can see Solana has come down quite significantly, but I started to buy again. I set the target on the top here, and I've been accumulating, especially as the price came down. Buy, thank you very much. And been buying on the red dips at structural levels, just refilling them, and to sell at the target which was reached. A lot of people want to sell the exact top and buy the exact bottom. That's just a fear-based method. It is literally an excuse to stay out of the market. When it comes to buying and selling, don't worry about buying the exact bottom and selling the exact top. You want to participate in the sweet spots of the market. This is the way to go. And you'll find that you can't just grab everything. Even if you're refilling levels like this, you're not going to get every single one. You can see I missed this one here. And I just say, doesn't matter. It's not important because you may be asleep when that comes down. Don't forget, crypto trades 24/7. And you can see right here, I've purchased just right there. A very interesting thing, this position is actually up over 8% already. So I could sell that right here if I wish, because I've already attained the monthly target. I can just do cycle trading as I teach inside the masterclass. When looking at all of these buys and sells, the one single sell, usually what we do is that we tend to borsog, and that's a really effective strategy inside a bear market. Now we need to move to an investment stance as well as a trading stance. What I was seeking to do here was to just show you that you can actually also combine the best of trading and investing mindsets together. This is just another methodology that you can add to your skill base. And the profit from the Solana trade was in excess of $2,000 US. These levels are inside the monthly service, as is the video for the normalized positive price path, the normalized neutral, and the normalized negative price path. One thing that you can do, and using this Solana trade as an example, you saw where Solana just literally bit the dust. It tanked down. This is where we add to our positions. We want to buy on the way down because we are in a bull market. The price and probability of prices going up is very high, but also the potential for prices to come down is equally as high, because even though we're in a bull market, Bull market retracements can be brutal. They can be up to 30 or 40% on Bitcoin, and that means some of the alts can retrace up to 80%. You must be sensible how you place your buy orders. I simply place my buy orders at level of structure. And those structural levels, as you know, change month on month. That's why the monthly service is there, to save people an enormous amount of time. Replacing fear with knowledge starts by understanding the interrelationship and intercorrelation between markets and charts. The Tier 1 charts, these specific charts right here, they control everything inside the markets. And their direction is reinforced by the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 charts. Underpinning every single chart is a structural level. Those structural levels control everything inside and between different charts. You do not have to have fear if you have knowledge. If you would like me to talk more about how you acquire knowledge and how you deal with the turbulence inside the markets, please let me know what topics you'd like me to cover off in the comments. And remember, if you know the structural levels, you can be making returns like this. The reason that I focus on the crypto market is because crypto is incredibly forgiving. And it's also really, really volatile. And that's what you actually want if you want to make a really good percentage return. A big thank you also to Donna. And remember, life happens for you and not to you. And the key in life is who you become, not what you get. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.